The first game's levels were based around nuttiness. These are more around psychological conditions. And honestly, I think I like that better. The first... You could almost kind of consider how Psychonauts 1... Ugh, that was worrying. You could almost consider, like, Psychonaut 1's handling of mental illnesses kind of offensive. Because it very much was, like, tongue-in-cheek about them. And I think that's fine. But at the same time, this is like weird Bizarro tank controls. I guess it's fine. But I feel like this is so much more respectful, which I really appreciate. Even if, yeah, the levels might not be as Wonka do. I feel more of a personal connection to them. But does that have a trade-off on how enjoyable the levels are? I don't know if it's enjoyable. More... memeable? That... You know, actually, I know exactly what I'm talking about here, kind of, sort of. So, recently I got a comment on YouTube. I've seen this comment echoed a couple of times. But I've seen this discourse between humor is humor versus humor is not always humor. And so I guess this has been this thought's been stuck in my head for a couple of days. Shoot, what's the developer of the beginner's guide? I forget his name. But he specifically had tweeted something to the extent of, you know, I actually don't know what the tweet was, but I know that it was kind of an offensive joke. It wasn't like super offensive, but it was definitely like rude and designed to be kind of mean-hearted, but like in a lighthearted way. And people called him out on it and said like, "Hey, that was actually like really unkind of you to say that," and more or less just said like, you know, why would you say that? I think I'm not supposed to be here yet, so I'll come back in a bit. I just want to make sure I have all of the bits. But yeah, it was a very like it was a mean-spirited joke, and I'm sure you guys have done this before. You're with close friends, and you know, you kind of make a joke. What the hell? Oh, hi.
Hey, Otto. Glad Bob still keeps some friends around.
Friends? Please.
Oh. But you know, when you're with a friend, you might make like an off-color joke. Something that you know they're not going to be mad at you for because they know you're not trying to be offensive. So, easy examples, I will often make fun of, I guess Rito for being too good at games, and often talking slightly about, like, nerfing him. And there's a nugget of truth there, but I could see how that, when pushed too far, could actually get to the point where it's actually quite, bothersome and not funny anymore.
Aha! I'm no plant scientist, but that looks pretty seedy to me.
And so, like, with my previous friend group, they would often make fun of me, for my intro and a couple of my other foibles.
Hey, you okay over there?
What? Me? Oh, I'm great, thanks.
Oh, okay.
You know, they make fun of weirdly enough, my YouTube intro. And I'm not really sure why.
Almost had it. I just need to focus a little
What
longer.
do I look
with my
like to him?
clairvoyance.
Oh, right, Gardner. Got him. Yeah, the difference between harping, nagging, joking, and negging.
Oh, thank you. I feel much better. Sorry about that. Cabbage burps are the worst.
Okay. Anyway, and so often humor can angle towards
Well, Anyway, thank you.
A more, like, mean-spirited angle. And you might not necessarily mean it to be mean-spirited,
This is where I get off.
but it happens
Thanks
all
for
the same.
Lift.
You're welcome
What?
for saving you from that time bomb.
It's just a seed.
Ah, but isn't a seed just a bomb in slow motion?
I love how the moth actually just looks like Bob. It's a nice visual detail. But anyway, so the extent of this exchange was, I really do not remember this developer's name, unfortunately, but he made the somewhat mean-spirited joke, realized it was mean-spirited, deleted the tweet, and apologized, and a lot of people were telling him that he didn't need to. Humor was humor, and that he shouldn't have to censor himself for the sake of other people's sensibilities. And I've seen this, echoed a lot lately when it comes to, like, games and jokes and writing and so on and so forth. And there's one camp that believes that nothing is off limits. Humor is humor regardless of what you're saying, whether or not somebody might get offended by it. And to some degree, I think that has to remain true. Someone might get offended for any number of things.
I'm back in the mother lobe. Back before they paid for landscaping, apparently. Just trying to make you fear humans again.
Trying to make you fear humans again. Oh, that's good. Huh. Oh, I can drown them. That's almost better.
Alley-oop. Here we go.
Just pick them up. That said, we should probably switch to... fire for this. You need to die. Okay, now that we've done that, I gotta wait until he's...
If I can find the cause of this bad mood, maybe I can get rid of it.
There we kind of go. Got it. Can I burn them both? Yes. Didn't quite realize I could burn that.
All right, let me at him. Where'd they go?
Hey, where's the seed?
What seed? Oh, that thing. Oh, I dropped it in a river far away.
Right.
Hey, it's not in there. Not in there, I said.
And so I think there has to be a balance when it comes to humor. That you can't just say, like, you can't just say anything. Because there's a lot of humor that is actually very mean-spirited. I had a friend that would always say, "No offense, but." I think that's kind of exemplifies what I'm trying to go with here. And they would just speak their mind. Didn't matter what it was. They would just say, like, awful shit and hide behind the whole "no offense, but," "no offense meant." And when the Mother Lobe was a party town, apparently.
Yep.
And I think a number of people really believe in the idea of, like, "no offense, but," "no offense meant." It reminds me of hiding behind a kappa when you say the most terrible things. Yeah, that's another good way of putting it. I made the horrible, terrible mistake of moderating and then letting a mod continue to use that specifically. And he would just sit there and saying just shitty stuff all the time, so eventually I took it away from him. And he took it very personally that I was limiting his humor. But, like, the dude made people upset just to be there.
Come on, killer. I'm taking you along for protection.
Good idea.
Like, as long as he was there.
It's you and me, kid. Let's show them who they're messing with. Over this way? Oh, great. That's exactly what I would have done. I haven't been over here in a while.
But, so, I think that goes with the whole humor and the handling of this game. That the first game was funny, more memorable, and I think a little bit more memey. Because to some degree, it was irreverent. It was just, you know, making fun of everything
Careful,
freely.
slippery stuff here.
This is really cool, by the way.
They really ought to put down some yellow cones here. I don't suppose you have any golf shoes on you, huh? Something with cleats?
I think I know the person you're talking about. Yep. I mean, I'm sure anybody that's been here for,
If you start
you know,
slipping, remember to
3-4
lean
years.
into the slip. Oh wait, is that... or maybe it's away from the slip. Careful. I think one of these tiles is loose. Did I hear a crack?
Ooh. Ooh.
Oh, watch your step. A little grout would do wonders for this floor.
Okay, I don't see anything else around here, unfortunately.
Step
Well, fortunately,
lightly,
unfortunately.
Lord.
But yeah, Psychonauts 1, I am the Milkman. And Psychonauts 2, How is the
Here's my
Milkman?
stop. This is where I get off.
Yeah.
Being back in this place really brings up some... brings up some... memories. Oh, are you headed down to the boss's office? I do not envy you.
Fired? You can't fire me! I helped create this place!
Huh.
Recruited by Ford Crawler himself!
Did he get fired by his
No
nephew?
pipsqueak nephew's gonna fire me!
Yeah.
I'd hate to see Truman get that mad. Got another one. This is going great, don't you think? I'm off to find more seeds.
So the seeds are the sources of his pain, more or less. And so just to finish this idea off, I can understand where somebody's coming from when they say they wish it had that more irreverent humor and that it was funnier. But at the same time, I always find that humor, the humor that actively derides someone else, either makes fun of them or something they believe in or something that they are somehow associated with. Any humor that works that way, it doesn't actually feel good
I think
to experience that humor. You know, you might laugh, and it might even be funny, but you don't feel better as a result of it. And so I like this dark... I'm not going to say, like, dark reality of this game better, because it is. It is much more, like, immediately human. As far as I'm
that
concerned.
I need the steamer trunk tag for this guy.
Guess I gotta look around for that one. But yeah, insult comedy can be funny, but it really doesn't make your life better.
Yep.
It's... so much of it is, once again, it's at the expense of somebody else. And often, usually, somebody that is not, you know... It's almost always punching down, I guess.
Hi, Agent Zanotto.
You're fired.
I didn't know what I was expecting, but that was perfect. What a memory. Okay, we got anything interesting around here? I swear I saw one of the trunk tags. Oh, dang it. I'm gonna have to go back to that island. Time to retire. No more Psychonauts. Stop streaming, Wander. Oh. But yeah, so, I don't know. I think that's kind of my thoughts on the matter. Oh, there it is.
Here's the steamer trunk tag.
I get why all of it is the way that it is for this game, and I like it better because it feels like I guess it feels like I'm gonna come out of this game a slightly better human, even if realistically it's only like marginally so. There's still that kind of feeling of like playing this game enriches me in a way that I'm somehow going to be better on the other side of it. I think that's kind of still true of Psychonauts 1, but I think mostly Psychonauts is just like funny memes. That's it. Actually helps you confront a part of yourself. Maybe? I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Because I think on my own end, I know there's stuff that I need to confront. I definitely need to be like softer when it comes to confronting people. That almost every single issue that I ever run into in my life is my indelicacy when it comes to like pointing out something that I feel like somebody else needs to change. But it's also true that oftentimes a lot of the people that I'm trying to confront in some way, shape, or form might not actually be good people, and so it's kind of this like weird give and take on this one. So it's like hard to tell. But I don't know. It's a type of harsh humor that very much forces you to look at yourself, that you laugh at it, but you feel related, and making you uncomfortable at the same time. It helps you work it out. I think it depends, though. How many of you guys have seen the Bo Burnham Inside? Is it Inside? The Bo Burnham special that came out recently. Because that was perfect. So much of that was taking pot shots at me in a way that was not degrading, but eye-opening. Well, shoot. Damn it. But if you guys get the chance at some point, I'd highly recommend watching it, or at least listening to a couple of the songs.
Hey now, just hang on there.
What? What's wrong? I wasn't doing anything.
You weren't about to grab that seed.
Grab that what? Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Let me grab that.
No, wait!
Thanks for the tip.
Rude. So yeah, Bo Burnham, I mean, he wasn't taking a shot directly at me, but it was taking, there are two specific songs that very much are, two, maybe three, 2 or 3 songs that were, like, very clearly aimed at me as a person, or, like, the type of person that I am. Because there was one making fun of, like, Let's Players and streamers, which I thought was pretty funny. But it was also kind of really grim. I don't know if I'd necessarily point at that being one of the ones that, like, confronts me with the grim reality. But it was... There was stuff there. What is this? Keeps going, I guess. Oh, hi. There we go. Tia's greenhouse. Huh. So the plants straight up are offering him booze. I guess maybe she did have like a psychic greenhouse thing going on. And they really did have liquor. So maybe part of the reason why the plant's helping him now is because regret and other things. Huh. Looked at the screen and said, this is to Wanderbots specifically. That's... No. On one hand, I would love to be that notable that people use me as like a progressive social commentary on how to improve
Hey, glad you could come.
people.
I love a good wedding, don't you? Now then, to the Champagne Tower, my good man.
Wait, he really did propose. Oh, that's cute. And also really sad.
Wait a second, what am I doing up here?
Oh, that didn't work.
I hope you're not taking me back to your nest to, feed something.
Oh, it's the gay part. I love it. I love that that has actually become an acceptable reaction nowadays. I realize that might sound kind of weird to say. I was reading the comment section, the discussion page for Pathfinder
One more time
Wrath
around
of the
block,
Righteous.
Jeeves.
And, there were a bunch of people that were really mad that, one of the, like, major NPCs, I guess one of the pairs of major NPCs in Wrath of the Righteous is a lesbian couple. And they're, like, really mad that they
Hope
exist
you're
and
not
that the
taking me
game
back to your nest
confronts
to,
you with the idea that they are this lesbian couple. And I'm just like, gosh, I'm so glad that, you know, small-minded people like that are becoming less and less common. And that it's much more, in vogue to be like, aw, cute gay couple. Yeah, and honestly, yeah, Shell's saying this on the couch, but it is also very much like a human rights issue. Like, not that it's just stylish to be like, aw, cute gay couple, but that, like, it's becoming socially unacceptable to be against those things, and you know, socially acceptable to be pro. Oh gosh. Oh, we know we're in cake.
Hey,
I thought
don't
we were
get
inside
so
a tongue tunnel.
close.
Wait, no, I want that.
It may be becoming less common, but they are getting louder. Yeah, but it's like, I kind of prefer... Well, okay, I'm not going to say I prefer them louder. I
I don't know
appreciate
about this place.
that all of these awful people tend to out themselves very gladly. You know, that I have been banning a tremendous amount of people from my YouTube channel lately. And normally, like, I try not to be particularly ban happy, just because, you know, I feel like lots of people should have a voice, and I usually only try and ban people that come off as, like, just weirdly vile to me. But over the last, like, couple years or so, there have been a lot more people that have been, like, weirdly vile about topics that I'm shocked. I'm shocked that it's, like, such a prevalent thing to be vile about this stuff. Including, you know, gay rights and, so on and so forth. And I get it, like, significant portions of the population still is very anti these things. But I appreciate that so many of these people have outed themselves, early on. Because every once in a while, I would get invested in super fans. Let's see. I would get invested in fans that I'd seen around for years. I guess this is not really any different from, like, you guys getting invested in a creator and then finding out that they're a terrible person. But, you know, vice versa, kind of parasocial relationship, but I get invested in seeing certain fans hanging around. And I'm always a little heartbroken when it turns out that one or multiple of them, in fact, are, you know, really terrible people. So that aforementioned moderator that would hide, say terrible things and hide behind Kappa. You know, originally they were actually much milder, and I'm not gonna say kinder, because in retrospect, like, there were warning signs that I should have paid attention to. Let's see, I'm gonna need this. There we go.
There must be something causing this bad mood around here. Yep.
Bingo.
Wow, remind me not to invite you to my wedding.